Welcome to Matt Made It. Thanks for stopping by. Today I wanted to talk to you about picking out wood for your project, specifically wood for a CNC project. I'm in the process of doing that right now, and I came across a situation with this piece of MDF I'm going to use for a sign that kind of goes against what I would call conventional wisdom or logic when picking out wood for a woodworking project. Let me tell you what I encountered. So I got a new drill press in the shop, and I want to make a quick reference sign with the recommended RPMs for different bit sizes and different materials to hang on the wall right behind it. It's going to be carved in MDF and painted, and I found this piece of MDF in the shop, so I'm going to design the sign around the dimensions of this piece of wood. So I was looking at this piece of MDF, and like I would do with any piece of wood, I was thinking, which side do I want to be my front and which side do I want to be the back? I'm looking for any gouges or scrapes or anything that would make the front of the sign ugly looking. And what I found was right here on this edge, the piece of MDF was smushed down at some point, and it has a little hump or bump in it. So naturally my first thought was, this side has a defect in it, so it's going to be my back. That would make sense for a traditional woodworking project. But when you're working on the CNC machine, there's another thing you have to consider. If I make this my back, that means I have to sit it flat on the CNC bed like this with the front facing up. With this little bump here, it's going to throw this piece of wood out of level. Of course, I'm exaggerating here, but it's going to be like this instead of laying flat. So when my router starts carving the letters over here, they're going to carve deeper than the lettering on this side, and that could really affect the shape and the look of the lettering. So one thing I can do to fix this is I can attach the piece of MDF with the bad side up and do a real shallow surfacing path on this and make it completely flat, and then do my V-carve. Another thing I can do is just to do the design taking that slight defect into account. I can design around it, I can hide it, I can trim off that edge a little bit, making the sign a little bit smaller. I'm doing the design, it's for me, so I can do whatever I want. So that's what I'm going to do. The side that would normally, conventionally be considered the bad side will actually be the good side, and I'll just design around that slight defect on the edge. So when we're picking out wood for a woodworking project, we're always looking at the type of grain, the direction of the grain, are there any knots or checks or anything in the wood that's going to affect the final look of the project. When you're picking a piece of wood to do on the CNC machine, you want to look at all that, but you also want to look at, are there any defects in the wood that's going to affect the piece of wood as it lays on the CNC bed, especially in the Z position. You can get X and Y nice and square, but is the Z correct? Because that can really affect the look of your carve. So I'm going to keep working on that sign for the drill press. I'll be making a video on making this sign. I'm also going to do a video on the new drill press. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you get notified when those new videos come out. This was just a quick little tip, something to think about. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you for the next one.